How's it, guys? This is Dayvy FPL and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video we're going to be going over my FPL team selection for the upcoming double game week, Game Week 24. We'll also be taking a look back on Game Week 23 and see how my squad got in. We have a lot to talk about in this video, such as triple captaincy and my triple up on the Liverpool assets, whether we go for the defense or the attack. But as I said, lots to go through in this video, so let's get right into it. Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Link down below if you do want to use my download link to download this wonderful app. Thanks again for sponsoring the video. If you don't know, OneFootball is the everything football related app. It's free to download on iOS or Android, and you can see there on the table. I'm following the Premier League right now. Gives me all the goals, assists, and whatever I need to know, as well as following my favorite team if I do want to follow a team, which is for me Liverpool, but for you it could be anyone else. Also, if you want to track more leagues than just the Premier League, go and check out this app. As I said, link down below. So on screen here we have the team of the week has been updated. I am recording this video after the Liverpool vs Manchester United fixture, but luckily we do have the updated team of the week here. You can see Gazaniga in goal there with 14 points, a player that a lot of people did have in their squads, but unluckily transferred him out after Spurs hit a little bit of a rocky patch there. He had a relatively good performance there with a nice penalty save. Going to the rest of the defense, we have Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold. I own Alexander-Arnold, as I'm sure a lot of you do, so nice to see him have a return to the team of the week. Also Fernandes from Newcastle after that 1-0 kind of shock victory against Chelsea. Then in the midfield, it's the team of 10s. 10 points from Fleck, Traore, Trossard and Grealish. Owning two of those midfielders is quite nice, but it still might not have seen a green arrow. We'll get back to that in our Game Week 23 review. Going to the forwards, we have Jimenez. Really unlucky if you did transfer him out for the likes of Danny Ings, who did not return. Jimenez with a really good performance. They had 2 goals against Southampton and bonus points to boot. Then Aguero, back-to-back double-digit hauls there. A lot of people managed to still hold on to him. Congratulations if you captained him again. Looks to be in great form and definitely one of the players that should be on our radar. A little bit annoying that he does play for Man City, so there is a lot of rotation usually, but he has shown over these past 2 game weeks there's not rotation and he's still performing quite well. So maybe we should be looking at bringing him in. Then we have Pookie, a blast from the past. Kind of early on in the season he was doing quite well. Looks to be on a little bit of a better form right now, and he managed to convert that penalty. If you didn't see Cook with that nice keeper save there from the defender, which managed to get him a nice red card, but he converted the penalty very well, Pookie there. Let's get on to see how my squad got on. So in Game Week 23, we have 42 points. This is going to change. As I said, I am recording this directly after the Liverpool vs Manchester United game, so you'll see my keepers will rotate, and then also I think Alexander-Arnold is getting a bonus point, which is going to be much anticipated. I can record this video right now. I was going to put it off to tomorrow, but since I'm not really going up in rank and down in rank, I thought I might as well just get it out tonight and get my thoughts across, but I will be uploading it only tomorrow. So just keep that in mind if there isn't any shock injury news that does come out in terms of our decision making for our upcoming transfers. So in goal you can see Martin there. I did play him over the likes of Guaita because I just thought that West Ham fixture against Everton was a little bit better against Guaita's against Man City. Kind of was right, but I do think that both of them would have returned the same points, which is a little bit annoying. But the annoying thing about Martin is I was kind of hoping, I know I was clutching at straws a little bit, but when Fabianski went off injured in that 15th minute, I thought that I might have a double game week keeper here. Unfortunately, that's not the case. West Ham went and re-signed Randolph, and he started on the weekend. So if it's not Fabianski, it's going to be Randolph starting in that double game week, which makes Martin basically useless. So I'll be having to play Guaita in that one. The rest of the defense, Lundstrom and Soyuncu not performing quite well. Leicester especially, I thought they would definitely get a clean sheet and a win against Burnley, but kind of a little bit of a shock victory there. And then Lundstrom, I wasn't really thinking that he would keep a clean sheet. They did only concede 1 goal, but that Arsenal attack was quite strong. I thought that maybe because of Aubameyang's red card, they might be hampered a little bit. I think they were, but I think that they still would always concede. I just really didn't have faith in Rico after his benching, and Kelly, I didn't want to play him against Man City. So the defense relatively bad. Alexander-Arnold proving why such good value. He'll get 1 bonus point, which should take him to 10 points, a nice assist and clean sheet to boot. So really happy with his performance, and going into the double game week looks to be on good form. The midfield, Sadio Mane with 3 points. A relatively quiet afternoon. I thought that the front three of Liverpool weren't on their best form tonight. Mo Salah getting that late goal, as you know, so probably should have gone for Mo Salah over Mane, but I just wanted the safety of having Mane in, and we could look at bringing Salah in, but we'll talk about that in the transfer options. De Bruyne, a popular captaincy option this game week, returning 2 points, but those 2 points are quite vital as most captains this game week did not return. We'll talk about Jamie Vardy in a bit, but then we have Traore and Grealish both returning 10. Traore especially had a really bright appearance, and then Grealish is just that main talisman for Aston Villa and always involved in their goals. Traore with 2 assists and then Grealish with a goal, and then Ali with just the 3 points, similar to Mane, just the 2 points in the clean sheet there. Relatively quiet afternoon for that Spurs-Watford game. I know there was a missed penalty and kind of a near goal line technology call, but I don't think Ali would have been involved in either of those. And then Ings with 2 points. Sorry for breaking Ings. I tweeted about it earlier on in the week that every transfer I've kind of done has not hit the form, and Danny Ings is no exception there. Him blanking after, as I said, quite a relatively quiet afternoon as well. It was his counterpart Shane Long that got in the goals. And then Jamie Vardy, the big one of today's fixtures. When I saw that Leicester got a penalty, I almost prematurely celebrated, as Jamie Vardy always scores those penalties. Unfortunately, this was not the case, and he ended up missing it, and that took him down to 0 points. So yes, he did play. Over on Twitter, I posted a little bit of a funny banter tweet, but I think some of the people took the bait and were telling me that he did play. But he did play, unfortunately, and 0 doubled is still 0. On the bench, we have Connolly, who I was really happy to see start again. Rico as well. Both those players got about good minutes in, especially Connolly after his benching. So I'm hoping that he does play, as he could be quite a nice option with Brighton's nice fixtures. And then Kelly, we spoke about how I'm not going to be playing him. So 3 points added on to that 42 will take us to 45. Obviously, Guaita coming in for Martin, and then just the Alexander-Arnold bonus point. But let's get on to some transfer options that I am looking at. So we spoke about in the preview and in the ultimate guide to double game week 24 how I am looking at tripling up on Liverpool. Reason being is even after the double game week, just look at these fixtures. They're so nice. So I'm really happy to keep a triple Liverpool till the end of the season. And the thing is that Liverpool are just playing so well that it just makes it so much easier. So my transfer options this week is either going to be Robertson or Salah. So it comes down to defense versus attack and what I want to go for. So with Robertson, he's playing really well, and Liverpool have shown formidity in that defense, keeping an array of clean sheets on the bounce here. So Robertson does look like an enticing option. The other thing about Robertson is that he's really easy to have in your FPL squads because it doesn't take that much of the budget. But then you look at Mo Salah, 12.3 million. It takes a lot of your budget, and then you can't bring players like Aguero and other premium options in if they do hit some nice form. So Robertson is an enticing one, but I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Mo Salah. No, it's not because he scored in the game against Manchester United, so don't worry, I'm not being like a plastic FPL Mo Salah fan here. I just was always kind of tempted by him because I do think the ceiling is higher for the Liverpool attackers. I spoke about how against Manchester United they did not perform that well, but I'm kind of not going to let that put me off too much, and I'm really hoping that Mo Salah and Sadio Mane can hit some fire in this upcoming double game week. So I'm leaning towards Mo Salah, and he's probably going to be the transfer in. I'm going to see the likes of Ali to Salah. If I was to do Robertson, it'll probably be Rico or Kelly out for him, as I do have that budget. But stay tuned to my Twitter at DayvyFPL for the confirmed transfers that I do make. But let's get on and see how the team is setting out for double game week 24. So starting in goal, it's going to have to be Guaita, simply because I don't really want to have Martin and then say Randolph or Fabianski gets injured again, and then Martin only has one of the fixtures, and that fixture is going to be either against Leicester or against Liverpool. So I think Guaita is going to be my set starter here, unless news comes out earlier in maybe some press conferences or something that Randolph and Fabianski are out injured for a couple of game weeks, then I will play Martin. But I'm perfectly fine with playing Guaita. It's a little bit of a contradiction as I'm starting Guaita and Kelly against the likes of Danny Ings, but I do think that my other defenders on the bench don't have better fixtures. The likes of Lundstrom plays Man City and Rico plays Brighton, and I do think Brighton are looking a lot better recently, but I could maybe put Rico in or Traore for one of the starting 11. So Kelly comes in with Guaita for that double up. Then I have Alexander-Arnold, no question there, has a really nice double game week there, even defensively. I think Wolves is probably the tough one, and West Ham have shown a resurgence attacking wise, but I do think with the form Liverpool in, he can get some clean sheets. The thing with Alexander-Arnold is he's getting so forward, and that could equal some attacking returns as well. I've even seen some people considering triple captaining him, as he's basically guaranteed to have minutes, whereas the likes of Mane and Salah could see some rotation. And then Sionku against West Ham, I think this is also quite a nice fixture. West Ham's attack has me worrying though, because Leicester's defense has been quite shoddy recently, so I'm just hoping Sionku can get the best out of this game, but I'm not holding thumbs too much. Then going into the midfield, we have Grealish against Watford. Really nice fixture, I think, for him. Or, as I said, main talisman for Aston Villa, so he's always involved in those goals. I have the likes of Ali right now, but he'll probably see his way out for the likes of Mo Salah, as I spoke about in the transfers. De Bruyne against Sheffield United, a tough game, an away game. I think Sheffield United are going to make it really hard for Man City, like Crystal Palace did on the weekend. And I do think that this game could be quite close. And then Sadio Mane, don't have to talk about. He's currently my captain, but I think that'll shift to Mo Salah. If you want to know the reasons behind it, go and watch the Game Week 24 preview. I'll link it down in the description below. But I think that I'll be captaining Mo Salah this game week. But I think that Sadio Mane and Mo Salah are both great options. So just go for whoever you own. If you own both of them, it's quite a predicament as I have. But I think I'm just going to go for Mo Salah. We have Danny Ings, who hopefully can get on the end of a goal. If I'm going to be playing Kylian Guita, I'm probably going to be hoping that Danny Ings stays quite quiet, as I think the double clean sheet will be more profitable, as I don't think many people still own that Crystal Palace defense. Jamie Vardy against West Ham. I know that he's not been on the best form recently, but I still have faith in him with their upcoming fixtures, and I'm just hoping that he can get back on this golden boot race and do quite well. So I currently have Connolly in the lineup because it is against Bournemouth, and Bournemouth have been absolutely atrocious, so I'll quite happily have Connolly for 60 minutes. If he starts the game, he probably will play about the 60-minute mark. That's usually his game. Hopefully he's not rotated, as that'll be quite annoying, but I am starting Connolly in this one, as I do think that Brighton, as I said, are absolutely atrocious. My only kind of worry is Traore against Liverpool. I do think he can get something out of this one. He's seen a lot better recently. I know that the problem that people had with him was his final third delivery, but it seems that he's dropping back, taking a little bit of time under his belt, and then making the correct call, and that you saw on the weekend with 2 lovely assists. So Traore looks like quite a good option going forward. I just think that I might have to bench him this game week, as my starting 11 has quite good fixtures. But as I said, stay tuned to my Twitter at DayvyFPL for the confirmed team, as well as Deadline with Dayvy. I'll be doing a live stream before the Game Week 24 deadline, an hour before the deadline. So put your Twitter notifications on and your YouTube notifications so you can get when I go live, so you don't miss it out. And hopefully I do see you there. So this is basically going to wrap up the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully your Game Week 23 was quite profitable. As I said, it's going to be a little bit of a red arrow. I do think we're going to be about the 100k mark. These past couple Game Weeks have been quite stagnant, so hopefully this triple captain or this team lineup does do quite well. That's the one thing I didn't really talk about, is I am probably going to be using the triple captaincy chip this game week. I just think that it's too good of an opportunity to pass up with the likes of the Liverpool options, so I will probably be using the triple captain. I haven't activated it yet, but just stay tuned, as I said, to that deadline with Dayvy, where you probably will see that white captaincy on the likes of Mo Salah. I think I'll be going for Mo Salah on my triple captaincy. It's a little bit more of a differential, but as I said, more of that in the Game Week 24 preview. But hopefully, as I said, see you in the Deadline with Dayvy stream. And like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you're new or have not subscribed yet. I'm going to be signing off. This has been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.